As you guys and gals can see, as I have preached many, many times, my love of college football follows me everywhere. It's even in the back seat of my car now. So I'm coming down the road and I hear a little story about Colin Cowherd. The old Colin Cowherd, it's actually starting to get to like an old Colin. And he had to go and just troll the hell out of Oklahoma in honor, I guess, to defend the honor of the one they call T.B.O.W. So now, since you want to go out of your way to troll the Oklahoma fan base, I think it's time that Colin Cowherd gets a little bit of his own medicine. Let's talk. Boys and girls in sporting land, this is JPC. I am the OCF, that is the outlaw of college football, and this is, without a shadow of a doubt, once again, the home of the Common Joe and Common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Yeah, especially you, Colin. Oh, Colin, Mr. Master Troll, been trolling Oklahoma for quite some time, ever since the departure of the one they call now, aptly, T.B.O.W. And if you don't know what that is, Colin Cowherd, I mean, he's probably heard that a lot. If you don't know what that is, T.B.O.W. is an acronym that stands for the bitch out west, that meaning Lincoln Riley. And now I know you're going to get in here and you're like, oh, you're crying about, you're just mad because Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma for USC and you're crying Sooner tears and blah, blah. I'm not a Sooner fan, Colin. I'm not a Sooner fan at all, brother. I do like the Sooner Nation, but my team's Alabama, the one that you really can't touch because they've been winning national championships since 1925, and they are the Taj Mahal of college football and the king of kings of college football. You're 18-time national champion. Now, Colin, seems you have acquired one of my podcast partners, Justin Walker, a.k.a. Kuz's Corner, said, you have acquired a bromance type attitude towards the one they call T.B.O.W. and USC. I saw your little tweet the other day where you said that it was declared the greatest practice of all time. I'm sure that was a troll. I hope it was a troll. And they put up a banner for it. I hope that was a troll too. Because if it wasn't, that speaks volumes about where USC football is and where it's going to be for quite some time. Because while I know you got this illustrious little man crush on T.B.O.W., he has not really proven himself long haul yet. He was with the Sooners, 4 years maybe? 5 tops? And he never could develop a championship type defense. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have a shutdown defense. As I've said numerous times, you ain't got to hold opponents to 7, 8 points a game. If you can just hold opponents to 21 to 24 points a game, that in these days and times, with the kind of offenses we got, will win you a national championship. So he was never able to do that. Even with the illustrious, supposedly great hire of one Alex Grinch, he continued to flounder defensively and not develop players defensively, especially while in his tenure at Oklahoma. Now he's going to go out to USC, and it sort of eerily reminds me of the whole Dennis Franchione situation that occurred at Alabama, where he left Alabama for a lateral move to Texas A&M, which was actually more than a lateral move. It was a downward move, and he ended up losing his ass profusely. Much more so than I had hoped for, because karma does that sometimes. The way he exited the program and how he was stealing players, and more than likely he was putting little seeds in their head there towards the end of the year, around November, December, No doubt in my mind he was probably doing that to get people to come play for him at USC, which is shady as hell. And, Colin, like I said, I gotten to where I started liking you a little bit, especially since you stood up to ESPN and all their liberal horse shit. I actually started liking you a little bit. But this is getting a little bit out of hand, brother. I mean, it's almost like I don't know, maybe we should make a song about it. Like, old Colin Cowherd had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm, he had a bunch of T.B.O.Ws, E-I-E-I-O. And that's all he needed was T.B.O.Ws, because that's all he wants is T.B.O.Ws. He wants T.B.O.Ws to be everywhere. He has this great love for USC all of a sudden. USC closet fan. I can understand some USC fans, clamoring for the days of old, but it's just not going to happen because the state you're in. Back in 1985 or 1990, living in California might have been a great thing. But now it's not. It's a bunch of self-made, homeless people that want to try to destroy not just their state, but the rest of the country. Because you got some of them moving to states like Texas and Florida, blue states and whatnot. But let's not get into the political aspect of this. Basically, it's a state of self-made homeless people that are basically lazy, and then they want to wonder why their cities and their state are going to shit, and then they just continue to do the same things over and over again. So, until that state can come out of its undoubtedly biased view and wanting to clamor and take to party labels such as liberals and Democrats, it'll never be a great state, Colin, ever. It's a big old shit sty on the coast there in California. The Pacific Ocean has to have a stench to it right about now, in my opinion. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if that state were to fall off in the Pacific Ocean, along with Oregon and probably the city of Seattle. Because it's just I don't know what other than to say than it's just a shitty state, man. And until they get their shit in check and stop allowing politics and common sense issues to be shelved and doing the things they're doing, none of their programs are going to really be that great. None of them are going to win national championships until they get off that political kick and get it out of their sports. Because when you have the political bullshit that they have in the state of California and Oregon, you're going to have issues with teams coming out there to play you. You're going to have issues with athletics in general. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they started having transgender swimmers out at USC. All that stuff is common sense that you guys refuse to acknowledge. And if you can't acknowledge common sense, Colin, well, then I've lost respect for you, man. You need to go on back to ESPN and get on your knees and take one and not even get a reach around, because you've become a T.B.O.W. You've become a bitch out west. Except I'm not sure where your show's located, but wherever it is, you become a bitch of that direction. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's true. As Kurt Angle said, it's damn true. And with that, I guess I'm going to get off here. Just wanted to come in and give my thoughts on that. Saw where 247 Sports, 365 Sports, and like I said, my podcast partner, Justin Walker and Kuz's Corner, done a show on this. So I want to jump in and give my thoughts as well. You guys and gals, give me your thoughts on this. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams.